A primary goal of Tradition of Excellence is the development of total percussionists. Right out of the gate, Tradition of Excellence provides thorough and sequential instruction on snare drum, bass drum, mallet percussion, triangle, and suspended cymbal. By the end of Book 1, students are ready to perform the wide array of percussion instruments called for in Grade 1 solo, ensemble, and percussion repertoire. Let's take a closer look at how this is all accomplished. In Tradition of Excellence, all percussion parts are included in a single volume and presented in score format. Shading is used to ease visual tracking. This allows any percussionist to successfully play any part. Plus, exercises can be performed as percussion ensembles, training students to recognize the importance of balance and blend right from the start. For flexibility, mallet percussion parts are playable on bells, xylophone, marimba, or vibraphone, allowing for maximum student participation regardless of the instruments available. In addition to suspended cymbal and triangle, percussionists receive informative Book 1 print and video introductions to many other auxiliary instruments including woodblock, tambourine, cowbell, maracas, claves, sleigh bells, and crash cymbals. Additionally, many methods introducing drum set and timpani are included in the Percussion Interactive Practice Studio provided with each student book and score. This allows for the introduction of these instruments at the appropriate time of a percussion student's development. Of course, the key to playing any percussion instrument is developing solid basic techniques, and here, Tradition of Excellence is unsurpassed. It begins with establishing a proper grip and playing position.
This point acts as a fulcrum or pivot point. The balance of the stick should be front-heavy, not equal.
And developing relaxed, fluid motions in both hands and eventually the feet.
Strike a bar with a continuous down-up motion that returns the mallet to its starting position.
It means developing ambidexterity, independence, limb balance, and coordination from the very beginning through the use of both alternate and right hand, left hand lead sticking. And it means learning the rudiments. Rudiments are to percussionists as scales are to woodwind and brass players, and the Tradition of Excellence percussion book facilitates the development and mastery of the Percussive Arts Society 40 International Drum Rudiments beginning on Book 1, page 6, with the organic introduction of the single paradiddle just after students learn quarter notes, and continuing with the flam just a few pages later. This means that by page 10 of Book 1, percussionists have already been introduced to the core rudiments that form the basis of over a dozen others. Each rudiment introduction in Tradition of Excellence Book 1 is accompanied by a video lesson describing the correct techniques for learning and practicing. Students are never without a private instructor to motivate and guide their progress.
This back and forth motion is the key to great flams.
For many percussionists, it is the mastery of the roll rudiments that presents the greatest challenges and potential frustration. Tradition of Excellence addresses this with its innovative sequential introduction to rolls.
1, 2, ready, play.
Students learn the multiple bound stroke early in their training, first in the context of quarter notes, followed by eighth notes, then 16th notes, naturally bringing students to performance of rolls in the more traditional sense, beginning with the quarter note or 9-stroke roll. By extending the roll lessons with correlated mastering excellence exercises, percussionists seamlessly apply their newfound skills to open double-stroke roll performance. The unique Mastering Excellence format is an ideal tool for differentiated instruction and learning. Tradition of Excellence Percussion Book 2 extends the sequential mallet percussion, snare drum, bass drum, and auxiliary percussion instruction found in Book 1, and expands on that training with the introduction of timpani, finger cymbals, bar chimes, whirro, castanets, plus special techniques necessary to perform with artistry. Rudimental techniques are also expanded with the introduction of rolls and cut time, plus other common rudiments such as the flamacue and drag. Finally, Book 2 extends the drum set skills introduced in Book 1 with an intermediate mini method and optional drum set parts integrated right in the book when called for by the music. Tradition of Excellence Book 3 facilitates the continual development of total percussionists on chimes, bongos, shakers, tempo blocks, and tam-tam. Special techniques on tambourine, triangle, timpani, and mallet percussion, advanced triplet-based rudiments, contemporary rudiments like the patafla-fla and single-flammed mill, and rolls and compound meters. And like Book 2, optional drum set parts on exercises in jazz and rock styles. Percussionists can also continue to hone their skills with the rest of the band in Tradition of Excellence, Technique, and Musicianship. This book is great, either following or in tandem with a traditional Book 3. The Technique and Musicianship percussion book is divided into 2 parts that can be used together or independently. The first half of the book focuses on mallet percussion instruments, while the second half is devoted to snare drum, bass drum, and timpani. For effective mind and muscle warm-ups, flexibly scored technical mallet exercises combine with repeated stroke and roll exercises for drums on pages 2 through 7. And scales, thirds, and arpeggios for mallets join with drumstick control studies on pages 43 through 48. But it's pages 8 through 39 that make up the heart of Technique and Musicianship, with scales, thirds, and arpeggios, technique, articulation, and melodious etudes, and classical excerpts for mallets, plus full band chorales in 16 major and minor keys that include parts for timpani. For drums, these same pages provide musical applications of the 40 Percussive Art Society International Drum Rudiments. In In full band settings, as the woodwinds, brass, and mallets progress through more difficult keys, rudimental challenges for snare drum rise simultaneously. Drum parts can be mixed and matched, offering options for differentiated instruction and learning. All the pedagogy included in the Tradition of Excellence curriculum is summed up and expanded upon on pages 266 through 397 of Teaching Band with Excellence. This comprehensive curricular, pedagogical, and administrative resource by myself and Ryan Nowlin provides everything a music educator needs to teach percussion, including information on percussion notation, selecting players, strokes, sticking, and rolls, basic introduction to over 36 standard percussion instruments, including access to state-of-the-art video lessons, introduction on the most common advanced percussion techniques including playing with 4 mallets, timpani tuning, and drum set grooves, and information on developing and managing a school percussion section. Regardless of your own experience, Teaching Band with Excellence provides the information you need to become a more effective percussion educator. And combined with Tradition of Excellence, you have the tools to help every percussionist find success and enjoyment in their music studies. On behalf of my co-author Ryan Nowlin and everyone at the Neil A. Kjos Music Company, thank you for joining me. Please check out our other videos to learn more about the features, benefits, and components of the Tradition of Excellence curriculum. But for now, we wish you and your students all the very best. Goodbye.